20 years after the September 11th terror attacks, the impacts are still being felt.
Thousands of people were exposed to toxic substances in the aftermath. Many have gone on to develop significant illnesses, even cancer.
Yeah, the Victims' Compensation Fund aims to make sure that they get the help they deserve. Joining us now is Congresswoman Carolyn Maloney, and she has been fighting for years now to get compensation for victims, families, and survivors. In fact, in 2019, she reintroduced the Never Forget the Heroes Act to make sure the VCF stays funded for years to come. So, Congresswoman, thank you so much for joining us today.
Well, thank you, Vanessa and Betty, for inviting me. I should have worn green.
I know. We'll send you the message next time.
Coordinated.
You look great.
Completely accidental.
We have until July 29th to register, and I'm encouraging everyone who was exposed to the toxic waste, the toxic burnings at Ground 11, the victims, the survivors, everyone who worked there. Regrettably, we lost almost 3,000 people on 9/11, but hundreds, thousands more became sick. Many died and because of the deadly toxins. And this program is there to help. It took years, although we funded it over the years. We finally got it permanently funded in 2019 so that the heroes, heroines, the survivors, the victims would be able to get the health care they so justly deserve and compensation for their loss of life of a loved one or an illness that incapacitates them and they're not able to work.
It is key,
Congresswoman. Hard to believe it's been 20 years.
I know, it's hard to believe, and congrats to you for making sure that it is permanently funded. But one thing that we want to point out, though, it's not only for first responders, right? So who else is eligible for this compensation?
It's those that were exposed to it. It's those that live in the vicinity. I call them survivors. They survived being exposed to the deadly toxins. If you worked or lived and were part of the area, the school children that were evacuated, all of the people, the volunteers. During the fight for the bill, we documented that out of 435 states, all of them but one had people in the Victims' Compensation Fund that had come to work at the site to be part of the recovery effort, which was so heroic and so important. We see in the pictures you're showing the heroic work of so many people. It's the construction workers, the electricians, the laborers were particularly hurt because they went into the debris looking for people who were hopefully surviving. We know now that very few did. But many went into the rubble and were really exposed to the iron workers, particularly. They went in and tried to work the iron to find people. But all of those people that worked at the site and those that lived at the site are all eligible. So go to the VCF.gov. The VCF deadline is July 29th. And please remember to register. Even if you were exposed and you're not sick now, you should register, because what's happening, and as you said, I've worked for years for this bill. Many people that were healthy were working for the bill, and then I saw them become sick before my eyes because of the exposure that they experienced. Cancers take a long time to grow, and now they're erupting in many people that worked and lived in the area. Help is there for you. Take care of yourself. If you are eligible and your loved ones, encourage people you know that were exposed. Even the press that was down there and working at the site, they should also register, even if they don't feel the cancer or an illness now. It regrettably is now emerging in many people, and we're urging everyone who's eligible to enroll.
Absolutely. And Congresswoman, we obviously want to make sure everybody has the chance to apply. Can you break down the filing process and what documents they actually need so that they can apply?
The best thing to do would be to just go to the VCF, the Victims' Compensation Fund website, which is at vcf.gov. There you'll get the documents that you need to fill out, and you'll get the information about the program, the eligibility of the program, exactly what it offers. Over 34,000 people are now part of the program, but many more were exposed and are not aware of it. So if you were exposed, just register in it, because it's important. And as I said, many people who worked at the site think, oh, I'm okay, but then an illness emerges later. So it's very, very important that we take care of the people who took care of us and the people who were unjustly exposed, those who lived in the neighborhood, worked in the neighborhood. And the program is there to help.
Yeah, and there's so much information
It's a long
online.
time to pass it, so please take advantage of it if you're eligible.
Absolutely. So July 29th, let's just make this very clear. That is the deadline. But is that the final deadline for everyone?
At this point, it is.
Okay.
At this point, it is. Sometimes they change it when a new cancer that was not covered is now covered again.
Got it.
The exception always confirms the rule, as I say.
Yeah.
But it is the deadline now. It is the deadline. So that is why we're pushing very, very hard to get the information out. I thank Pix 11 News for allowing me to speak about it and to urge everyone who is eligible to
Absolutely.
go to the VCF.gov website, get your information, your application, and apply.
And your point is so very valid. You may not experience anything right now, but if you are down there working in any remote way, it's very important that you go ahead and register so that you are in the system should you have any kind of ailments coming up in the future. Also want to say, Congresswoman, it was great seeing you out at the Heroes Healthcare Worker Parade last week, always supporting those within our community that are helping others.
What was so interesting, the heroes and heroines of 9/11 were the fire and police on the front line running in to help people. But in the COVID crisis, it was really the healthcare workers. My favorite time during that crisis was at 7 o'clock when we all as a community came together, hitting pans, clapping, saying thank you to those who were going into work, helping the sick, but also the people, the retail workers, the sanitation workers, postal workers, all those that went out into the front lines to make sure our country was there to help other people. It really was a time to say thank you. And it was a joyful time, really, to
It sure
see
was.
so many people appreciate being thanked.
Exactly. You could feel that pride when speaking with them. Congresswoman, thank you so much for joining us today and all the good work that you're doing.
Thank you for having me.